So you guys had some, oh, you guys had some good weather yesterday. I flew over it all day. That's what made me 4 hours late to get home.
That was bad. When I left yesterday, so I want to get out before it starts. I got in my car that started. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was nasty. Did you have to go through it?
Oh yeah, drove right through it, and it was coming from the north. So I
I came here and it was just sitting on this.
Yeah.
Will you text Heather, I mean Beth and Jessica, and just ask them to go on the way? You can always be late. I'm on one flight and I had to get her a different van time because she was always late. I love her to death. She's cute, but gosh, she's always late. I had to. The van was leaving at 6 o'clock. And I told her the van was leaving at 5:45, and she showed up at 6 o'clock.
okay, so Todd. This is Todd.
Exactly. This can do anything. We won't be just for that summit. I got, hey, I'm actually, you, how busy are you? I was telling
Anthony, you talking to me?
No, he's talking
Oh, I'm
to
sorry.
the office, man.
Oh,
That's
okay.
okay.
But if you want to get started, I got one here, and I think one might be joining, I don't know. Okay, here comes Beth, she's pulling in.
So you want to give it another minute?
Yeah, she's pulling in right now.
All right.
Anything else that the issue, the major issue done Tuesday? That's what she needs to take care of the stuff at the board.
What's going on?
Yeah, she didn't.
She did it.
Can you see us okay?
No, I have you on the black screen, just your name.
Oh, well, let me figure out how to change that.
Well, I'm going to make you an owner. Hold on.
Looking so cute. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Tomorrow's the big game. Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah. Hey, Anthony, how's it going?
Hello.
Why is this guy here, huh? Or just pull up a chair, whatever you want. Pull up a
Okay,
chair.
Anthony, now try.
I got it right here, video settings.
It's done. Yeah, it's- okay.
There you go.
There you go. All right.
I have it on the big screen so we can see.
Okay.
Hi, Anthony.
Hello.
Killer, let's see what it is.
All right, I got Jamal. Am I saying that right?
No.
Jamel. And Beth.
Okay.
Here.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Good morning. My name's Albert Clark, and I'm going to show you a project today that I've been working on for 20 years. And you'd say, well, what kind of program takes 20 years to build? Well, 20 years ago, email addresses were new, and I built the first ever electronic newsletter for agents, and I've been stuck in that business ever since. This is all I've done for the last 20 years. So about a month and a half ago, we got picked by Exit to be their preferred email marketing relationship building tool, if you will. And so that's what Home Actions is. It's a way to get and stay top of mind with all your clients, prospects, and friends. Because as the rule goes, we all know real estate's a numbers game. The more we can increase your contacts, the more intelligence we can get out of your database, the more nurturing we can do of your contacts, the better off your numbers are going to be. I think we all believe that. But when I ask agents, why can't you do the best possible job of staying in touch? they all tell me, hey, I have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but I don't have everything. So everything is wrapped up into the system, again, called Home Action. So because most agents don't have the technology, they don't know what good content is when they see it. Well, they know what good content is when they see it. They just can't create it themselves. So we are a delivery vehicle for great content into the home every 2 weeks. And it's not chicken pot pie recipes and it's not moving day tips. But the first thing we always find agents fall down on is the fact that they don't have a clean current database. So what we do on day one when we work with agents is we'll go into all these locations and more, wherever you have contacts, export them all, clean them all up, and build you a brand new database. Okay. Anybody raise their hand there and tell me if you've got a clean current database? Go ahead. Nobody's putting their hand up, right, Anthony?
Nope.
And I noticed you didn't either. So
Nope.
you're supposed to practice what you preach.
That's why I gave it to you.
That's true. That's right. So perfect example. So again, no matter where you have contacts, we can get them out, get them all cleaned up. And then we send out a newsletter every 2 weeks. We write all the content. We do all the unsubscribing, the CAN Spam Act reporting work, everything that needs to be done, we manage for you. Because again, you don't have the time to do this. If you did, you might be doing it yourself. So what you'll see is every 2 weeks, we deliver 8 or 9 articles, all about various aspects of home ownership. Yes, real estate, but more tuned to home ownership, because there's more people into home ownership than there are into real estate. Okay, so we actually sit with you and we talk with you before your newsletter launches, and we can bring in your listings, your just solds, your open houses. If you look over on the right side there, we're bringing in a new listing for Judy. And I think there's 3,100 people in Judy's newsletter, right? So there's 3,100 people who potentially can look at her new listing. Now, what else is unique about us is our delivery of intelligence. What I mean by that is on the left-hand side there, down the bottom, you see where it said what's sold down the street? Well, that's RPR, Realtors Property Resource. You guys have it for free. Anthony, have they ever done any training in your office?
Yes.
RPR?
No, we haven't done the RPR here because most of them have been on it. They
Oh, you
do
don't have
that,
RPR?
Yeah, they do that at the board.
Oh, okay. So here's an example where it does work. We're actually able to figure out what's sold from last night going back 3 months. Everybody wants to know what the house down the street sold for. So we'll figure out a way to get this data in here for you. We customize the graphics at the top. You could change your graphic every 2 weeks if you want, or have us do it, or you could leave it there forever. Lots of options. This is where Corey brought in her just sold. And of course, as soon as somebody clicks that article, she's going to find out about it 30 seconds later. So any of these articles, we could put trackers on them, or we call them alerts, and let you know when somebody's engaging with what we call predictive content, okay? Now, you want to know what just sold down the street, you'll click on that just sold article, but there's other articles we have that are predictive that tell you that something's going on in that home because they're clicking on this, and this, add it all up, and they're doing their own research for a buy sell. Okay, so again, we're talking about custom graphics at the top, and over on the right-hand side at the top, you'll see don't know much about exits model. Well, maybe there's some people that are in your database that might be thinking about a career change, or they work for somebody else. Maybe they should, give Anthony a call. Excuse me. So again, there's lots of customization over on the right down the bottom. You'll see this let's help small businesses around here bounce back. This is Anthony's effort at helping small mom and pops recover from the pandemic. So every couple of weeks, he can give us 4 or 5, 6 small businesses, and we'll promote them and put them right in the newsletter. Back to that what's sold data. If we're not able to find it, we'll keep looking and looking until we do find it. But this is how it works. You'll be able to just give us some zip codes, and when they click on the blue button, excuse me again, when they click on the blue button, up will come this really cool market report. All right, because you're giving them what they want, when they want, on their terms. We already went through this. This is the small business showcase again. Over on the right, you'll see how we build this directory. And there's no obligation, there's no extra cost for any of this stuff that we're talking about, because we know that this helps you with your public relations, okay? Everybody's trying to help small businesses, and you guys are doing it directly. What we also do at the end of the day is portray you as an advocate, somebody who's watching out for what's going on in the homes of their clients, prospects, and friends. So on the left-hand side there, you'll see our live links with the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Every day there's 3, 4, 5 dangerous products in the home that have been recalled by the government. Over on the top right, we're always tracking these new latest IRS scams, hopefully preventing people from getting scammed. Down on the right there, credit score apps. You all know that. I'm sure you've had clients come to you and say, oh, my credit report's 750 because Credit Karma told me it is. Well, as you know, mortgage vendors just don't, or mortgage companies just don't rely on that. They do the, the FICO or whatever it is in your area. So we're watching out for all these things that are going on. We're delivering information that is resourceful, that they can actually learn something about, okay? Over on the right here, true or false, is 20% down payment mandatory? We all know that 20% is not mandatory, right, or for mortgage anymore. So I'd ask, would you want to talk to 20 people that are trying to find down payment money? Well, 20 people just clicked that article, okay? And 30 seconds later, you find out who clicked it, what they did with it. All right, so there's intelligence that comes out of your database. Here's another one. 7 out of 10 homeowning families that you guys know right now have no idea how much equity they have in their home. They know it's good, but they don't know how much or how good it is. So they're not going to put their house on the market until somebody gives them that number. If they have to rely on Zillow and 10 other websites to come up with a number, it's going to be delayed, a delayed listing. They're not going to really call you. But look at it this way. If you know they clicked on this article, they're probably interested in home equity. And you're in front of them every 2 weeks with all these tools, okay? Now, what I've shown you so far, the quality of the newsletters, the content, everything is exclusive for the agent that puts that email address in first. And what I mean by that is if Anthony has bettyjane@aol.com and somebody put it in his database already, they're getting newsletters, some other agent comes in and tries to put Betty Jane in their system, not going to work. Email addresses can only be used once in our template, in our format, okay? Because we don't want consumers getting 5 newsletters from 5 different agents all on the same day, okay? That's not us. That's a lot of other marketing services out there. They don't care how many email addresses you put in, right? We're a little different. If you're into social media marketing, you'll never run out of good content. We have 1,200 articles in the library on all aspects of home ownership and real estate. You could take your whole newsletter, we could put it on social media. You could take an actual article or 2 or 3, slide them over right to social media. Takes about 10 seconds once your Facebook is open or whatever network. Takes about 10 seconds to get an article loaded on those social networks. This is an example of how it would work. This is an agent that said, hey, I want you to put in my article. I want to share my article on what's sold down the street. Okay, well, that gets lots of clicks because everybody wants to know what's sold down the street. Now, after the newsletter launches, we call, and I will be doing the calling if you so decide to subscribe with us, and I'll show you all these metric reports, where your opportunities are, okay? What's going on inside of your database that indicates that the Williamses might be warming up. Well, we know what they got, how many times they opened it, what they clicked on, what they shared, all the metrics. And there are about 10 different reports you can have. But what's instructive of this first one is, look at the delivery stats on that top one, 1336. 615 people opened it at least once. But half of those 615, which means half of all your readers are going to open your newsletter multiple times, okay? Because it's too long to read right now. They want to save the articles for something else. They want to share it with somebody. Whatever the reason is, if they can lock your name in their inbox, and as they go up their email up and down 500 times a day like we do, you're going to be locked into impression, right? Because they're going to save your name and your subject line in their inbox. And if you can make that happen a lot, you're going to be good and successful at email marketing because people will remember you. And what we do is we create an allegiance between your email contacts and you, because what you're sending is important. They understand it. They appreciate it. They check off the boxes. They fill out our surveys. Hey, did this article help you with home ownership? Look at number 4 there. Do you know anybody that's thinking about buying or selling a home? Yes. Do you know anybody, are you thinking about buying or selling a home? Yes. Now, usually we don't get these 5 out of 5s, they don't happen every day. But certainly about 15% of all these forms that get filled out, that do you know somebody thinking about buying a home can potentially be in there. Okay, so you're asking for referral business all the time, but you deserve it because you're taking good care of your clients, prospects, and friends. Now, these guys probably want to put you out of business, right? So if you guys go out of business, then what's going to happen to my business? So we know that you can't compete with Zillow. So what we did was we went out and found all the reasons why people run to Zillow and never come back to the agent's website. And we have this widget, this article in the newsletter. It goes out in every edition, and it allows your readers to pull up a neighborhood 360 report on any address of 150 million street addresses in the country. Anthony, guess how many street addresses there are in the country?
I don't know, 150 million?
150 million. Very good. Wow, you guys know your stuff. Let me tell you. No, really, any address, they type in any address, it's a PDF that opens up right on their screen. You don't have to send this to them. They just sit here for an hour sometimes and pulling up all sorts of addresses for grandma's house in Kansas City or their sister-in-law in LA. Doesn't make a difference where they are. We've got information on 150 million homes over on the right, recent sales nearby, right? These aren't comps, these are just recent solds. We're never going to get into comps. We're never going to get into your business, okay? So recent sales nearby, rent versus own, tax information, average real estate tax bill, cost of living, where all the schools are. We don't tell them which school they're going to. We just tell them where the schools are, income levels in the neighborhood. And then we get into where we're going to go for happy hour and fine dining, what restaurants are within a 3-mile radius of any address in the country, shopping centers. Yeah, go ahead, Andrew. Anthony, your question?
Now, I was just telling you, the amount of people moving to Daytona, Florida, that is really good. Move down, that's one thing that agents, when people move down here, they always say, where's a good place to eat? This is a really good thing.
Is it all up to date, like on new restaurants and stuff like that?
Yeah.
It looks like
Yeah, every month, I think it updates every month.
every month, okay, all right.
Okay, and if you have to live by a Starbucks, we know where all the Starbucks are, right? They're all within, you know, a mile or 2 or 3 miles of anywhere in the country. Then we have this, also the resources for animal lovers, right? Where's the closest PetSmart? Where are the dog walkers? Where are the veterinarian hospitals, okay? If you're into pets, you got to be around all these places. If you're not into pets, doesn't make a difference. And then finally, where we're going to get our tattoos removed and our hair done and our toenails done, right? All the beauty salons over on the right there, where are the gymnasiums, okay? What's going to happen, you know, if I'm into physical fitness and I want to go to the gym every day, if there's not a gym for 10 miles, I'm probably not going to be interested in this listing, okay? So at the end of the day, we know what to send, when to send, how to send it. We know how to create these conversation starters, and we know how to lock in exclusive value. So everything we're doing for you, it's only for you, because your clients, prospects, and friends will only ever see this coming from you. They can't get it from a Keller Williams agent or a Century 21. A, we're not selling it to them, and B, if they had home actions, you already have your email addresses in the system. So you're protected. We call it insulated. Okay, so there's 2 ways to subscribe to our program. There's a monthly payment plan and there's a quarterly payment plan. And over on the left-hand side, you'll see in the yellow, thanks Susan, Abby, and Stacy. That's a demo I did yesterday in Texas. Susan and Abby are the owners. Stacy is you may know Stacy, she's your regional owner of your 5-state region. Has Stacy ever come in the office there, Anthony?
She has, not since I've owned it. She hasn't been down here. Kenny and has, Kenny. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to throw your name up there because when we talked about the setup fee, you said that my agents don't like paying setup fees. So between you and Stacy, we were able to, you know, buy down this 99 plan so the agents don't have to pay the $99 setup fee. So what we're asking the agents to do is to come in at $60 per month for a newsletter every 2 weeks, no contracts, no paperwork, just simply month to month. At the end of the first month, you've spent $60 for 2 newsletters. If you don't see the buzz, you don't feel it working, you can cancel. We'll give you your money back and we'll give you your new database back, right? We're going to spend about an hour building your database. Okay. So the idea is that you don't have to pay a nickel more until I prove to you that this thing works. At the end of your first month, you could say, I want to stay at $60 or I want to move to the quarterly plan. Okay. So there's always options to save even more money once you're satisfied in the value we're delivering. if I don't deliver any value for you, I don't expect to take your money. Okay, we'll give it back to you. So over on the right-hand side, let me move this window around. The quarterly plan is simply a payment every 3 months. So the quarterly plan is about $70 cheaper than the monthly plan. The monthly plan is low, low impact on cash flow. So I always like this, talk in terms of cash flow. How much money do I have to put out today to try this thing? It's $60 versus $165. At the end of the first month, don't pay any more. If you don't want to use the service, we'll give you your database back. Andrew or Anthony, is that explained okay? You guys understand that?
You know that?
Yeah, I get it. How do we get to our?
I'm sorry?
How do we get to our contacts and all that? Or what do we do?
I'll get you.
Oh, yeah, you can tell me.
Yeah,
She doesn't have about being your contact, because like, they both are in sync, all my agents are on sync, and they've got a lot of ads, which this will get a better email than sync emails.
Right.
yeah. And we'll be able to obviously go in and export all those contacts and use them. And then once we're done with building your home actions database, we could backfill or insert or integrate that data into any of your CRMs you're going to be using down the road. Okay, so we're repurposing all these contacts to make sure that we can build value, and an e-relationship is what we're going to build for you. Okay, some of these people that are in your database, you're not going to know who they are. You've got their email address 2 years ago at an open house, and you haven't done anything with them, because what would you say, right? Now you know what to say, because you know what they're clicking on, opening, sharing, downloading, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so the importance of email addresses are going to be around for a long time. There's nothing coming up them through the ranks that's going to, upset email being the ¡1 way to build your brand. And of course, as you can see, everything is, exit green or exit teal. So we build a system for you that's going to help you put more money in your pocket, simply because you're going to be hanging around people that could put money in your pocket. All right, so let's have some questions about any of the program, how you pay for it, anything. Questions? Let's put this cute guy up here. Where's that cute guy? There he is. Someone, I can't believe you didn't ask yet, but what about unsubscribe rates? Okay, do you think this is going to be caught in somebody's spam filters? We have about just under 5% unsubscribe rate. The industry average is about 9.5%. So we know that what we're sending is working, because less people are unsubscribing than average. Okay, you can put complete strangers in here as long as you give them a way to get out. And at the bottom of every newsletter is the unsubscribe button. So our ask today is $60. And then I'm gonna start building your database this afternoon if you want, or tomorrow morning. I'm around all weekend. Certainly by Monday, we can get your newsletter on the street, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. And you could then log in, because I'll show you how to log in and see all your opportunities. Who's opening the most amount, who opened up clicked on the most articles. All these metrics portray or paint a picture for you as somebody that's digging into real estate. You want to be in front of them, because they're doing all this research with your tools in your newsletter. That Neighborhood 360, there's a AVM from CoreLogic, which is, tell me what my house is worth. I don't think I even showed you that one. That's built into the newsletter too. So these widgets are all hyper local. So no matter where your readers are, 5 states away, whatever, they're going to be able to click these widgets and have, fresh hyper local data pop open right on their screen. Let's see. What else? Any other questions out there?
Now you can pull like your database. You should have a database in the MLS, right?
I guess I'm losing something here. What do you mean?
You have a list of all your past clients.
Yeah,
emails.
oh, yeah.
So you can send that to him.
Uh-huh.
And so instead you just trying to figure out what to say to them, they're gonna send out a newsletter and it's gonna say Beth is your, and then they'll click
I mean,
on.
like I have passwords, but I also all more current, like current, like in the last couple of years.
Yeah, and they can they'll just get,
Just give my email address.
just get
give
the
them
name
their
of the email address,
address.
give it to him. he makes a nice database for you.
Mhm.
And then once you get done with that, you actually input that into your sync too. So you can, and you can just remind yourself to do calls.
Right.
Or do
drip campaigns.
Yeah, well, actually, you wouldn't need to do a drip campaign just by sending this little email.
Yeah.
This, if you use put all your contacts on this thing, you really won't need a drip campaign, like, hey, remind them to call you. Because they're gonna constantly see your name
Right.
every 2 weeks on, and these articles, actually, I've talked to a couple other ex-agents that's been using them. That's why they love it, because these articles are actually interesting articles. They're not like, how you make chicken pot pie.
Right.
You know, these
How
are,
many pages is it? Like you're,
it just comes on one. If you look at mine, I said, I sent it to you
Yeah.
guys.
right.
If we don't put any articles in for you, we, every 2 weeks, there's at least 7, 8, or 9 articles that we put in. And you own the first 5 article spots. If you don't
So you
use any of your 5, ours move up. Okay, so I can't tell you that it's 2 pages long. It depends on what you're reading it on.
Right.
And these are all formatted to be opened up on mobile devices. Now, 65% of all the emails getting opened today are
Right,
getting
right.
opened. I'm sorry?
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, so 65% of all the emails are getting opened on mobile devices. So you can't put that 10 megabyte picture in there anymore because it's going to get caught in a spam filter. Okay, so you need to know how to, send files that are a little bit smaller than 10, 12, 15 megabytes. But our stuff all these newsletters look great on an iPhone. You don't have to worry about all this scraping and pinching with the phone. So again, we know what kind of device these are being opened on, and we send the newsletter to make it look the best way we possibly can on that device. Also, as I mentioned over on the right, we could bring in your listings, your just solds, any kind of personal information you want. And we'll make sure that you see a proof of it before it goes out. Now, every 2 weeks before your newsletter goes out, 4 days before it, you get an email and it says, hey, Anthony, in 4 days, your newsletter's going out. That's your clue. Click the link, look to see what we did for you. You can move the articles around. You can take articles out. You can add articles if you want. And then one day, you get a 1 day notice. Hey, Anthony, your newsletter's going tomorrow. If you don't have anything to say or anything to add, don't worry about it. You don't have to do anything, but your newsletter is still going to go out consistently every 2 weeks for the rest of your professional career until you say stop.
Right. But I mean, we just give you our information and you design that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all your contact information, we all know where that is. It's all over the internet. Your picture
No,
and
I
the
mean,
image at the
picture
top.
of the realtor.
Pardon me?
I'm looking like, okay, like that photo right up there, Tori Green, Lamplin Bot or whatever, and it's a
Yeah,
realtor, her
she's just
contact info, photo.
Yeah, we have a library of images that you can choose from, or we will build something custom for you.
Like the top part, they have it.
That little dog.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
No,
that could be your dog, right? Or something like that, or your cats. I don't know what kind of animals you have. But again, the idea is to consistently be out there adding value where other agents are adding junk, like those chicken pot pie recipes.
Right, gotcha.
Yeah, if you're after those, we don't have them. And then Anthony, up on the right, we're gonna, this article we're gonna put in your newsletter too. Don't know much about the exit model. That's the little cartoon. And then as soon as somebody opens that, and agents can have that too, because the agents want to do recruiting.
Right.
You could put that article in your newsletter and I'll tell you 30 seconds later who clicked it. It might be your friend Susan from Keller Williams.
Mhm.
But she clicked on it, right? So then if next time you see her, you can follow up an email. Hey, Susan, I see you got my newsletter. Do you need help interpreting that data? Do you know much about exit? I'm having fun here. Okay. I'm building, retirement safety, whatever you want to call it. All right. Next question, please.
Got one?
How do we set up, or how do we schedule the time to meet with them and set up?
Okay. So what we do is we'll take the order over the phone, and then later on this afternoon, you'll get well, first off, 2 hours from now, you'll get a receipt. Your second email will be, hey, welcome to Home Actions. Here's your dashboard. That'll come probably tomorrow morning. And I can work with you anytime over the weekend to get your database built and protected. So you'll be the first one to have your obviously your database in the office there. And as other agents come on, they're going to be more and more losing 100% of their list. And what I mean by that is, some of the email addresses that you guys have will be in the system already and protected. Some other agent comes in and tries to put in one of those in common email addresses. They can't do it. So we start working with you, we might even be able to start this afternoon for you. If you're around about 3 or 4 o'clock, I could build your database. Even though your dashboard isn't built yet, we can get building with the database because you want to get all those contacts cleaned up, run through filters. 10% of any of your lists are going to be bad, and we're going to tell you which 10%. Okay, so we're going to get you organized with a database, then we're going to nurture it, and then we're going to protect it. Next question, please. And we do this stuff, 7, 8, 9 at night. If you're busy during the day or whatever, and you can only do it at nighttime, that's when we'll do it.
Guys, he's emailed me on Sundays. I've sent him an email on Sundays thinking, around
Yeah.
flying, and he responds back right away.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we're in the stay in touch business too, just like you guys.
He'll do it for you. That's what he said.
All right, so how this works is,
My past deals, my transactions I've had in the last couple of years.
Would you have him on your, like,
I got somewhere, right? I'm so unorganized.
he can help, you. He can talk to you one-on-one on the phone, and if you got them on an email account, he can get them from that.
Mm.
And then your sync, all your sync leads, we can pull all that email addresses too.
There's no, you can have 500, you can have 1,000.
Yes.
yeah, there's no limit to how many you can have. I mean, don't send me 10,000 because I know you don't have 10,000 friends.
Oh, I know,
If you did, you wouldn't be a realtor.
right.
You'd be a politician maybe. All right, so here's how the process works. You just call me in a little while, or I'll call you, and we'll take the credit card over the phone. We'll get your receipt going, and then we'll plug you into a time where you can work with us. Literally, just call me. Anytime you have 20 minutes, it takes about 20 minutes to build your database.
Okay.
Okay, and then you just have to remember all the places where your contacts are. I'll go get them.
I want to get, like, before, I want to do this, but I'm gonna go through my contact list. I don't want to sound like I don't know, I just have to get more organized.
Yeah, just call me, help you out.
Yeah, but
I just think, especially for, this would be good to keep track of, because like I said, I've talked to other agents that's done it, I'm doing it for my newsletter known about recruitment, because I told you guys, I don't sell.
Right. Right.
So mine is about trying to add agents in here, so I sent him all the database of all the realtors in the area. And then I'm also gonna send him a database of all the people that signed up to take the real estate license.
Right. No, that's cool. Right.
And you guys have past clients like you still maybe 5 years ago. Well, on average, you look at the actual natural world, most people buy and sell houses every between 5 and 8 years.
Right, and also, and even if they don't, they might know somebody.
Somebody else.
And it'll be then,
Or refer, yeah.
I've had mostly a really, I would say, I don't know what percentage, but I've had really good relations with past clients.
Mhm.
And I do fail, where I do fail is not keeping in touch with some of those past
You get
clients.
busy.
Yeah, and, but now for me to tell you that I have all my emails, like Jessica's really organized. She's got all her stuff. She's showing me some stuff. She's got like a separate account
Mhm.
for all of her contacts. Mine are all, they're mixed in.
But you can start with him by having him put all your contacts from your sync,
Right,
okay?
right.
And then
right.
then you can just make a database and it's.
Now, what about some of those sync leads that I have reached out to? They haven't responded to me, and
Because you know
and they
why?
have bogus emails, let's just say.
Well, but you'll find out, you'll see it, if you get that dashboard, it's gonna tell you bounce back, means it wasn't a good email.
Oh, okay,
You'll see how many, and then you'd be probably surprised how many people are actually opening that email.
Right.
compared to what they would
no, I
on
know,
sync,
I get it,
Because the sync lead is more of an email, this is like something that they might be interested in.
especially some of the more recent things.
Yeah.
Like in the last, several.
And here, guys, there's his information. And I can send
You
it
got that, okay, cool.
out.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
That's okay, I was just,
Albert.
Albert, hey Albert, okay. You go by Albert, right? Albert?
Yeah, that's
Clark?
fine.
Oh, Al, oh.
All
there
right,
it is.
you see my number on the screen there?
Yep.
All right, give me a call
Where
when
are
you
you
get,
anyway?
pardon me?
Where are you? What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay, cool.
So give me a call at that number and then we'll just start the process. It's not,
All right.
it's not
I'm gonna try.
entailed.
Now, as we get more and more leads, do we just call and update the list, or how does
You
that
could,
work?
yeah, you could do it over your smartphone, or just send me an email, say, hey, Al, I met 3 people in an open house last night, put them in. Or you could log in and put them right in. It takes about 7 or 8
Okay,
seconds.
so we can do it ourselves as well?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. You just basically set it up initially, and then we'll be able to do it ourselves?
yeah, you could run, after I train you on this, you could put your own articles in. I mean, if you've got, minor computer skills, you could build articles. We made this, Anthony, we made this for the agent that spells computer with a K.
Nice. You're funny.
Okay. And I'm sure there's some of those down in Florida.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Al.
All right, so give me a call at that number and I got order forms right here in front of me and we'll be ready to roll.
Okay, excellent.
All right?
All right.
Any other
Thanks, Al.
questions?
No, I don't know. I mean, what do I have? No question.
Well, you'll have more later
Now-
on. That's when you got my number. That's my cell phone. It's good for about 18 hours a day.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah.
It's a full-time
Yeah.
job.
Yeah,
Makes
I'll
it look good.
Yesterday, Bonnie, what?
I'm gonna call you in like 10 minutes, Albert.
And not work more than 8 hours a day.
You doing?
She's a
Jamel was gonna call you in about 10 minutes, he says.
She was interesting.
Yeah. All right, all right, I think that's it then, if we're okay. And Anthony, do you want to send my PowerPoint to everybody else that missed this?
I will, yeah.
All right.
And
I'll see-
actually, I probably did the office meeting
Which is next Friday.
next Friday and it's kind of highlighted to everybody.
Or I can do another one of these next Friday if you want.
What?
I could do another one of these next Friday if you want.
That would be great.
I'll see, yeah.
I'll see money.
And then you'll be, both of you will be up and running with this, right? So you'll be able to ask more specific questions.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let you know on Friday. Like I said, Friday, I kind of screwed myself over.
Yeah,
I got the office meeting and I changed my schedule and I gotta fly out that afternoon. So I'm gonna actually be in my uniform when I get the office meeting.
Well, that's cool. That's good. You'll be in a position of power, but this isn't that long.
yes,
No, it's
Captain.
not.
I think we should do it.
See you. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you later.
I'll
All
have
right,
my
thanks.
database.
Bye-bye.
I'll have my database more together by next Friday. I won't feel like an idiot.
Yeah, you want to get your database in before other agents in the office do, right?
I know honestly, I tell you where I'm going with this right now. I got the state part. I get that. But I also, for me, I've been a realtor for 20 years. I'm a good realtor, but I'm like scattered. And having said that, I'm getting more focused, but I'm just like panicking. Oh, I gotta get all my emails together, all my contacts together, and they're not all in one place. Does that make me a bad realtor? No, it makes me a little unorganized, and so having said that, I would feel better for myself to have, so when I speak to you or I write to you, okay, here it is, not trying to figure out where to go to find it, if that makes any sense. I'm not that organized.
Well, we're going to get you over that hump. Thank you.
Okay, gotcha,
All right.
thanks.
See you guys later. You got my phone
See you.
number.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.